Subscribe G8. Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Brooklyn questions Tracy about whether she is actually interested in deception as Chase returns to Tracy with her drink. Chase again excuses himself, but Tracy tells him to go down to the restaurant and buy her some pate. Zeke then shows up at the bar and asks Jordan if the seat next to her is still available. She claims she won't make for pleasant company. He joins her after declaring he'll take the chance. Michael is warned by Carly of the dangerous repercussions of his plan, while Ava discovers what Mason expects from her. He confesses his love for Joss to her at Dex's house. He gets a kiss from her, and they sprint into the bedroom to start making out. They then cuddle in bed after. She inquires as to his sincerity. Dex is adamant he did. He undoubtedly observed that she didn't respond according to her. She wants to, even if he doesn't need her to. She acknowledges that speaking such words causes her anxiety because neither of Cam and Oscar's relationships lasted. He claims that their past shapes who they are, even if she is aware that she shouldn't let it matter. As they get dressed, they talk about everything they've been through together while reliving old memories. She expresses to him her desire for nothing to stand in their way, even Sunny, the government, and her own anxieties. Joss declares her love for him, and he agrees. Trina believes that Ethan will be charged at the bank and that Spencer will be given custody of Ace. She doesn't like Victor, but she does remark that his uncle truly stepped up for him and discovered proof the PCPD overlooked. Spencer prevents her from taking everything to the PCPD immediately away. He asserts that he doesn't want her involved and promises to handle it. She queries his suspicious behavior. Trina is unimpressed with all of his justifications. She demands to know what he is hiding from her and threatens to leave him if he doesn't. She tells him to stop telling lies. Spencer acknowledges that he believes Victor fabricated the evidence and says that he previously offered to do so in order to assist him. They don't know for sure the evidence is phony, so he believes he needs to bring it in alone and without her. Trina warns him to consider what will happen to Ace if the police find out it's a hoax and send him to jail. He concedes she is correct. Spencer and Trina both agree that the evidence should be destroyed. Trina receives her dad's SMS message about meeting for supper just then. She instantly detects that it's from Taggart and decides against calling Curtis father just yet. Yet? Spencer asks in reply. They are, according to her, moving slowly. He instructs her to go see her father, and he will handle the evidence. When Spencer is alone himself, he places it back in the box and adds just in case. Ava informs Mason at Austin's hospital office that she lost contact with the Jerome family along with her brother and father, and that he must visit her sister Olivia in Pentonville. They are more interested in her relationship with Sonny than Mason is in the Jeromes. He is crazy, according to Ava, to think she is familiar with Sonny's business. Mason claims that all they need of her is to keep her eyes and ears open, and that they will ultimately ask her to carry out a modest duty. Ava claims that so far she hasn't seen anything to support his claims that the great and powerful Oz is in charge of everything, and that he might perhaps be a hillbilly hiding behind a curtain. Austin can assure her that the boss is real, despite Mason's warning that she might not believe it. Ava is advised by Austin to hear Mason out. Mason had a task for the two of them, as Ava points out, but all she can think about is what she needs to get done. Mason explains that Austin's role is to keep her focused. Mason has to learn everything she can about Sonny's connection to the Pikeman Corporation from her best friend Nina or Sonny. What type of business is that? Ava queries. Mason advises her to have an open mind, the less she knows, and to visit Austin as soon as she learns anything. He cautions Ava that he is no hayseed and that he is knowledgeable, including Nicola's true location. Mason also warns them that trying to disappear him like they did Nicola's will only cause additional issues because Austin is aware that he is not in command. Mason departs. There is no way Ava can spy on Sonny and live to tell the tale alone, so she believes Austin is just lip service to Mason. Mason is merely the messenger, not the one in command, according to Austin. She demands he reveal the identity of the big bad boss, making all the decisions. "Stop!" he shouts. He promptly apologizes, but counters by saying she already knows too much and should follow Mason's surprised when her brother Zeke shows up at the nurse's station. She queries his presence and his failure to notify her of his impending arrival. He is staying at the Metro Court while in town because he has a customer in New York. He inquires about Trina's situation. Although the distance between them is hurting her, she claims that things are slowly getting better. She rants about how her relationship with Spencer has almost destroyed her. Zeke questions why she is with him and tells him that he is bad news. Trina was more drawn into his arms as a result of Portia's falsehoods, according to her. With Zeke in town, Portia understands that he can help Trina come to her senses. Zeke offers to assist her and assures her that they will repair their relationship with Trina. She is happy to have someone on her side. Zeke claims to have her back. Chase and BLQ have an ice cream cone and kiss by the Metro Court pool after sundown. When Tracy enters the room, she exclaims, "How sweet," and requests that Chase get her a Singapore sling from the bar. He makes an excuse and does it. When Tracy's granddaughter is supposed to be her eyes and ears at deception, she wonders what in the world she is doing here. Maxie, Sasha, and Lucy give their staff plenty of downtime, even though BLQ claims it is after hours. As Brooke Lynn doesn't appear the sort to use cosmetics and beauty products, she queries why deception is important to her. Jordan orders a drink while sitting at the poolside bar. She examines her engagement ring while considering leaving Curtis. Jordan is asked how she is doing by Chase as he enters the bar. She claims to be doing fine, but he believes otherwise. When Carly gets there, she asks Michael if anyone else is aware of the Sunny footage. He acknowledges showing Willow, who instructed him to destroy it, the item. Carly concurs. Michael observes that this proof exonerates her without requiring her to provide any information to the authorities. She wants him to consider Dex because if he is arrested, Joss will be devastated. Michael assures that Dex will be okay. Carly recognizes that he is aware of more, and she remembers Joss telling her that Dex had a plan and wouldn't continue to serve Sunny indefinitely. Further coincidences lead her to the conclusion that Dex has been working for Michael. Michael acknowledges that he has been working for him to gather proof against Sunny from the start. If Joss is aware, Carly queries. Michael claims that she didn't know at first but later learned from Dex. Carly wonders if Joss is aware of the video. Michael asserts that she does, and that their argument stemmed from Joss's request that he use it to save their mother. Once more, Carly declines to save herself by sacrificing Sunny. In response, Michael says, "Then do it to save your family." He advises to consider Donna, Joss, Amelia, Wiley, and him, and that she is the glue that keeps this family together. She admonishes him for not playing fairly. Michael asks her to send the U.S. Attorney's Office the video. Sunny will serve a life sentence in prison, as Carly points out. She tells him that without Sunny, rivals will emerge to claim his domain and seek to disprove Sunny's ability to defend his family. Carly warns him that this will make them all targets, particularly her as she is the one who knows the most about the industry. Carly, who is furious, tells him that they witnessed everything unfold 2 years ago when Jason and she had to take over after Sunny went missing. She yells that if Sunny is put behind bars, then each and every one of them will be exposed, and she won't allow that to happen. Michael thinks that staying out of jail is the best option for her. Carly sobs, knowing that Sunny has let them both down, but she assures him that someone will die and that killing him won't make them feel better. In case she decides differently, Michael leaves the drive out on the counter. He claims that because it is encrypted, it is safe, and that he will respect her choice. On the following episode of General Hospital, Laura makes a choice. Esmem, who is dressed in a hospital gown, is questioned by Portia about any threats made against her if she leaves the city. If turning against Sunny isn't an option, Curtis asks Drew what other choices he has. After reading a letter, Maxie concludes that it seems too good to be true. Ava visits Willow and inquires as to whether Ninette is truly unforgivable. Tracy assures Brooklyn that big changes are coming quickly. Carly Spencer is unable to reason with her naive son. Carly Spencer is shown in the General Hospital recap as being shocked that her kid wants her to put his father in jail and possibly kill them all in the process. Jocelyn attempted to ignore the Pikeman shipping video as she had sex with Dex, while Carly and Michael debated about it. As Portia was overcome with excitement by a surprise visitor, Spencer told Trina what he truly thought of the proof against Esme that Victor had left them. Chase and Brooke Lynn spent a short while having fun at the Metro Court pool. Ava now understood Mason's exact request of her. Let's now examine the specifics in more detail. Carly Spencer has a serious issue. When Carly, Laura Wright, discovered Willow, Caitlin McMullen, was aware of the Pikeman film Michael, Chad Duell, had on a flash drive, she was astounded. She concurred with her that the video needed to be deleted right away. She was challenged by Michael that her only chance of being set free was in the video. Michael informed Carly that he was the one who hired Dex when she expressed concern that Dex would serve time in jail. He persisted in wanting Carly to use the flash drive to frame Sonny and work out a deal with the authorities, but she refused. Michael made the argument that Donna needed a parent in order to utilize the family card. Michael protested that he and Joss needed Carly as well, but Carly countered that she would have Sonny. Carly finally gave her kid the simple explanation that he had been missing all along. The entire family would be the target of Sonny's opponents if he ends up in jail, and he wouldn't be able to defend them. Carly Spencer points out the obvious on General Hospital. Michael just didn't see it that way, even though Carly pointed out that's what occurred when Sonny was in Nixon Falls. Carly, who was furious, couldn't even comprehend why Michael would want to put his father in jail, just because he had chosen a different path. He did indeed cause them harm, but this was both excessive and dangerous. Michael nevertheless left the flash drive on the kitchen counter in the hopes that his mother would pass out and start talking to her naive kids. Learn what will occur next on General Hospital. Young couples in Love GH recap. Dex, Evan Hofer, and Joss, Eden McCoy, ended up having sex and getting a staged love scene, despite the fact that they had sex virtually every time they see one another, because Dex kissed Joss, Eden McCoy, as soon as she stated he was in love with her. Dex expressed his love for Jocelyn once more in the afterglow, but he didn't anticipate a response from her. In light of the pain caused by Oscar's, Garinstead, passing, and what transpired with Cameron, William Lipton, Joss acknowledged that she was apprehensive to utter those 3 simple words once more. Joss was still unable to say the word love, but she and Dex did receive a romance montage flashback to accompany their staged passionate exchange. Following another discussion about Sonny, Morris Bernard, Joss eventually admitted her love for Dex. Spencer resisted the idea that Victor Charles Shaughnessy abandoned Spencer, Nicholas Alexander Chavez. In order to assist bring Esme, Avery Kristen Pohl, down and put him in jail, but Trina was overjoyed by the evidence. Spencer stopped her from going directly to the Port Charles police station. Trina was immediately dubious when he indicated he'd handle things without her. Spencer didn't want to reveal to the police where the genuine source of the evidence was, since he had previously pledged to do so when Spencer asked for assistance in obtaining custody of Ace. Trina was finally able to convince her partner to acknowledge that Victor might have fabricated the evidence. Trina informed Spencer right away that he wouldn't be submitting any of the evidence to the police, but he maintained that it didn't matter how Ace was held to account. No matter what, he wanted to use the proof. Trina, or so she believed, succeeded in persuading him to see things her way. When Trina left, Spencer abandoned his plans to burn the evidence and instead chose to keep it all for a rainy day. Threat time, pool time. Despite her family home having its own pool, Brooklyn, Amanda Seton, and Chase, Josh Swickard, spent the evening at the Metro Court pool. They talked casually and shared ice cream because they were just glad to be together. Tracy, Jane Elliott, regrettably interrupted them, and while Chase went to get a drink, Tracy reprimanded BLQ for slacking off at deception while lounging by the pool. Tracy didn't care that it was beyond business hours. All she needed was access to inside information about the deceptor. When her brother Zeke, Gavin Houston, arrived in Port Charles, Portia, Brooke Kerr couldn't believe what she was seeing or hearing. She believed it was a good moment to mention how much she couldn't bear Trina being with Spencer, since Zeke had reassured her that he doesn't judge her for what happened to her marriage just hours after saying her vows. She even hoped that Trina would be persuaded by Zeke to see the error of her ways. Zeke found himself at the pool as well, where he seated himself at the bar next to Jordan, Tanisha Harper. Knowing that her relationship with Curtis was truly gone, she was there to drown her sorrows. Mason, Nathaniel Gray, and his boss were more interested in Ava, Maura West, linked to Sunny, than her connection to the Jerome crime family, as Ava, Maura West, discovered. Mason wanted her to share whatever information she could by simply being in Nina and Sunny's presence. Roger Howard's Austin insisted that Ava listen to Mason. Austin warned Ava that she would get into more trouble than she could have ever imagined if she disregarded Mason's advice, so despite her unhappiness, Ava listened. Ava was confused when Mason indicated he wanted information about pikemen, but she eventually consented to follow instructions. Mason informed her that he does, in fact, know what happened. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.